Welcome to the Women in Leadership Body, Mind, Soul, and Business podcast. I'm Charlie.
And I'm Heather. And together we are working to connect women in leadership and business, empowering each other, improving the health and wellness of our community, body, soul, and mind, connecting to the heart and soul of who we are and what we do.
Ooh, happy Monday.
Monday.
Ooh, who else loves Mondays for Mindset Monday?
Great day to take charge of our lives, of our mindset, and put us into choosing mode and deciding over reaction.
Yes.
So
We've got a
we
plan.
have been talking about the 4 agreements, and we've been talking about different tools for leadership mindset.
Yep. I have an article here on our clipboard. That's why we're looking now. And we've also been talking about the 4 Agreements companion book
So
for Mindset Monday over the last series.
So this has been great to go through these together and really dig into these concepts. And then we always face life challenges when
these things come up.
So it's always exciting to see how when we focus on what we're talking about and focusing on being in the moment, what happens.
Right.
And I think that just leads us right into today's topics.
So our 4 Agreements topic this week, we're on chapter 6, the Toltec Path to Freedom, Breaking Old Agreements.
And our leadership tool is conflict resolution. Boom. So should we just read this one real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Our leadership tool this week is conflict resolution. A great leader not only knows how to avoid conflicts in the workplace, but can also resolve them in an efficient and timely manner. While resolving conflicts, the leader stays level-headed and decides analytically.
That's what we were just talking about, is choosing and deciding.
Yes.
As opposed to reacting.
So we practice this. This is a great tool. Now you know what it's called.
Conflict resolution. And that also you can, if something comes up that doesn't feel right, like in your gut at work or within your business or when you're working with a customer, address that right away, because that is going to keep nagging at you. And that problem is going to get bigger and bigger until it's dealt with.
And we've noticed that when we feel it and then we share something to our clients, we're like, oh, I felt that same way. Now, why didn't I just stop?
Right.
Like, why didn't I try, so we're still working on these skills, right? But we're learning that skill. So we're practicing trusting ourselves, like, oh, that's the feeling I was having. I have the same agreement. I agree with that. Right?
Yeah.
So being in alignment with yourself is so awesome.
Yeah. And really learning to trust yourself and your own intuition, your own inner knowing is super key when it comes to that conflict resolution.
That was super scary what you just said.
Why?
Learning to trust yourself. If you said that to me a year ago, I would have probably fallen off the couch laughing at you. Trust myself? Are you crazy, lady?
Right.
But with practice and with showing up and practicing the things that we talk about every week, I do trust myself now. And it's really cool. What? I would never have dreamed it was possible.
Okay, so should I read the 4 agreements real quick?
Yeah, let's do that. So the first one is be impeccable with your word.
Speak with integrity. Say only what you mean. Avoid using the word to speak against yourself or to gossip about others. Use the power of your word in the direction of truth and love.
Don't take anything personally.
Nothing others do is because of you. What others say and do is a projection of their own reality, their own dream. When you are immune to the opinions and actions of others, you won't be the victim of needless suffering.
Don't make assumptions.
Find the courage to ask questions and to express what you really want. Communicate with others as clearly as you can to avoid misunderstandings, sadness, and drama. With just this one agreement, you can completely transform your life.
Always do your best.
Your best is going to change from moment to moment. It will be different when you are healthy as opposed to sick. Under any circumstance, simply do your best and you will avoid self-judgment, self-abuse, and regret. Boom. So
Life-changing. It's life-changing.
it is life-changing. Well, how do we do that? We're going to talk about that this week. Chapter 6, Breaking Old Agreements. The first part of the chapter talks about freedom. What does freedom mean? Are we really free? Well, no.
And I'm going to do a shout out. Charlie is awesome and she recorded the chapter. So if you want to listen to the whole chapter, she read it to us yesterday.
Yep. Check it out on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, head on
It'll
over
be
there.
Yep.
All right.
So freedom has to do with the human spirit. It is the freedom to be who we really are. Okay. And then, so let's take a step back. Who really stops us from being free? We do. We stop ourselves from being free.
Right.
Um,
We feel like it's society or it's our parents, but when we really break it down, now that you're an adult, you get to have that power over this.
yes, you can choose to be free.
Yes.
You can choose what that looks like for you. What your life looks like for you is, building the life that you want is freedom.
Yes.
Not building the life that other people want for you.
Right.
Okay, now listen to that very carefully. Freedom is building the life that you want, not the one that other people want for you. Okay. We have memories from a long, long time ago when we were kids, right? Or 3-4-year-olds, things like that. I can't really remember back that far. And I know I have memory issues, but I know people.
I have a few glimpses.
It's hard
I
to
would
remember
say
some
this would
things.
be the Wonder Woman years. This
Yeah.
would be when I'm running around the house and I have my invisible plane behind the couch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
just playing and like everything is very imaginative and fun and
right.
limitless.
That's
because I have an imaginary plane behind my couch. Come on.
Right. That's pretty rad.
Right.
So when we were children, we were free because we were undomesticated. Okay, we did not make agreements with ourselves to fit into anything because we did not care. Think about a 3 and 4-year-old. They don't, if they're tired, they're going to let you know they're tired. If they're hungry, they're going to let you know they're hungry. They're going to let you know what their needs are. And other than that, they just kind of want to play and do their own thing. And sometimes that, doing their own thing can be troublesome for the parent or the adult in the situation, and then they're domesticated to not do this or not do that.
I'm thinking of the story you told me about the time that you guys made snow in daycare.
Yeah. Don't play snow with preschoolers because they will have a snowball fight and then everything gets everywhere. It's super fun.
So yeah, think about the fun.
Yeah. The human at that age is completely wild, just like a flower, a tree, or an animal that has not been domesticated. Pure wild, right? They don't worry about the past, they don't care about the future, and they only live in the present moment. So that's the challenge. Are you living in the present moment? Are you practicing your freedom? Right? Right.
Practicing your freedom, which means living in the moment.
Right. Very young children are not afraid to express what they feel. They are so loving that if they perceive love, they melt into love. They are not afraid to love at all. That is the description of a normal human being. As children, we are not afraid of the future or ashamed of the past.
Mm,
And that's where we want to be, even as adults,
right.
which actually goes really great with the companion book this week.
Well, I wonder why.
Right?
So in this chapter 6, we're talking about surrendering to the angel of death. So, and the angel of death is not like death is in someone passing death. We're
Right.
talking about surrendering the things from the past as they are no longer present.
Right. Right.
So that's the death, right? That
Right.
those things are no longer alive because they have passed.
Right now, we're living this moment. Every breath is this moment. Once we breathe again, that moment's gone. We're never getting it back.
Right.
So releasing that, releasing the things from the past that need to be released, just letting it go.
Yes. So the dream of the planet is also changing, but it's slower to change than the personal dream.
Mhm.
So as we change our personal dreams to aligning with what is true for each one of us, we are slowly changing the dream of the whole planet.
Mhm.
So doing this personal work and stepping into who you want to be, not who others perceived you should be.
Right.
Okay. Our personal dream, the whole interaction between the dream and the dreamer is constantly shifting and changing. But the virtual reality in our mind, we try to stop things from changing. Humans get attached to the dream. We resist the transformation of life, and this attachment, this resistance creates emotional pain.
Mm. So holding on to that stuff from the past is what creates the emotional pain. How much emotional pain are you holding on to right now?
That was heavy when I said it. Like I was like, oh, I gotta
Mhm.
breathe that out. Like,
Right?
ooh.
That's heavy. I had an experience this week that brought up some past trauma. I have a financial trauma. Back in 2009, when the market crashed, I had just gotten out of the military. My husband had also recently got out of the military. He got out 6 months before I did. And 6 months later, the market crashed. We didn't really have stable job positions and things like that. And well, let's just say things didn't go well. We ended up losing our house, both our cars. And we were a lot in debt. We're much, much better now because we learned what not to do and what, how to budget and things like that. But this weekend, I woke up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom, and my husband was upset because the internet wasn't working. So he called the internet people, and they said that the bill hadn't been paid. And I am really on it when it comes to paying my bills on time.
Yes.
And I had a total panic, freak out, emotional breakdown because I thought that I had missed something in my budget, or maybe I wrote it down and forgot to pay it and things like that. So after I went to the bathroom and he told me this, I came out and I got on the computer and I tracked it down, and I figured that no, I had paid it. It just hasn't actually cleared the bank yet because for whatever reason, the bank is taking a little bit longer.
The banks have had an issue in the last week,
Yeah.
or two. Like,
Yeah.
there's been weird, different things.
I paid it with bill pay, and it was taking longer than normal
Than it
to
should.
process. So, but
so the bill was paid. It had nothing to do with actually why the internet was being rude,
right.
but we took it personally because of
that
past
past trauma that
trauma
I was
causing
holding
me
on to.
emotional pain.
Uh-huh.
Ouch.
Right. And I like broke down and cried because I thought I had missed something, in the shuffle and in the busyness of all the things going on. And I was like, babe, I need you to help me double check this stuff because I'm getting more full with my workload, and I can't do all the things.
You need it not to be all on you if something
Mhm.
weird happens. Like
Mhm.
everybody needs to be like on, yeah.
Yeah. Let's get a second set of eyes on this, please. So we don't have a 2009 issue again. But anyway.
You guys did so good though.
Mhm. Yeah.
And really processing that past pain and okay, today is today and I did the things and I'm doing the right things. Like,
Mhm.
You implemented change, which is also uncomfortable,
Mhm.
right? So you're breaking those old agreements
Yeah.
and you're not allowing those agreements to happen again.
Right. Right. And it's taking years of practice. And obviously, if the trauma happened in 2009, it's almost 2023, and I'm still dealing with some emotions that come up when it comes to that.
And some of these things too, they are not just the 2009 issue. It's also family money trauma issues.
Oh, yeah.
And we're healing. Remember we've talked about the 7 generations.
Mhm.
So if you think about 7 generations, we haven't been having those
Yeah.
conversations.
Right.
So specifically around money is definitely a huge trigger for me as well.
Uh-huh.
And I also have been facing a lot of those fun things. And we have been attending Money Stress Solution Salon.
Yes.
And it's a great safe place to have a conversation around money topics.
Yeah, it is.
And specifically for women.
Yeah, and it's free.
And it's free, and it's fabulous.
This is amazing, and I believe the next class is November 30th.
Yes.
I'm really excited.
Me too.
Yeah.
Because it's really been helping us to have the words, to have the conversations so that we are healing that.
Yeah.
And knowing what to do so that we're deciding instead of reacting.
Right.
Right. The things we like to do is decide, not react. I love it. It's very empowering. And as empowered women, let's do this, ladies.
Let's do it.
All right.
Okay.
So do we have more that we want to talk to them about this book? It's really
deep this week. I have not been reading the companion book on the YouTube channel, but I definitely highly recommend that you pick up a copy. You can grab your copy of the 4 Agreements or the 4 Agreements companion book. They even have a 3-pack that comes with the Mastery of Love.
Yes,
I believe.
And this one
that comes with 4 Agreements, the Mastery of Love and Mastery of Transformation, I think. Yeah. And
Mastery of Love's really good.
Amazing. Maybe we'll read those coming up. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the new year brings. I'm really excited. We have gone to 2 podcasts a week because our business life is getting full. So we plan on doing Mindset Mondays and 1 business interview each week, or some sort of special. Yeah. And we've got lots of amazing plans for you guys. If you have not followed Sue and Grejta on the trail, head over to the YouTube channel AT4PD and check out what they have to say about AT4PD, our cause of the quarter, coming up next. We love you. Namaste.
Mwah.
So we are Sue and Grejta, or our trail names are Lilo and Stitch, and we are hiking the whole Appalachian Trail from Maine to Georgia, so 2,194.3 miles. And we're doing it to raise $50,000 or more
Yes.
for Parkinson's disease research.
Yeah, through the Michael J. Fox Foundation, and we are doing it all in honor of my dad, her husband, who was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease back in 2010. So,
Right.
and we all know so many people who are diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, and we are trying to do our small part in the world of Parkinson's disease to find a cure.
Thank you for joining us today on the Women in Leadership Body, Soul, Mind, and Business podcast. Please download the podcast on your favorite podcast player. We love you, and we will see you next time. Namaste.